Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrandor, and today it's time that we plunder the graves of heroes. We find ourselves this time in the Ariza's, if I'm pronouncing that right, hero's grave. And this one has been a long time coming. It's arguably the richest out of all of the hero graves, being right outside Lindell, the royal capital. But, by that same token, it is also one of the most annoying of all of them. And that's because of these bastard chariots. So, we'll see how well I make it past these bastards. Yup. Okay, looks like the skeletons didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to go out onto the track. Not with all of the chariots rumbling about. And I'm testing out a new weapon. My Godskin Peeler. I was getting a little tired of just using the moonlight for everything. Oop. No. Okay, I'm getting annoyed with you. Lock on. Now where did you even go? Okay. Lock on failed me, and then I just lost sight of him completely. And the bloody screen is shaking. As those chariots will not stop. Ever. At least not until I make them stop. Okay. I was hoping that the extra reach and poking ability of this sword would make up the difference, but it kinda hasn't. Now, can I make it through? Or will I get smashed? The answer is smashed. I'll live long enough to make it to this, though. Ooh, you don't, though. Okay, now I just need to wait for him to pass by again. Okay, run. But stop right around this pillar, because there's another one. Now, run again. And hopefully drop down. Okay, there we go. Yep, this was an outright nightmare the first time I did it. And I'm still not having all that much fun doing it now. Ooh. Every time I drop onto one of these, it feels like I'm gonna fall right off the side. Okay, made it past the first hurdle. And even more death blight. Not running away fast enough, I'm afraid. And I'm more than happy to burn you lot. All the trouble you cause. Though I'm not sure whether or not fire is actually the best option against these guys. Doesn't matter too much, I suppose. Dead is dead, after all. And here we have a long ladder. Were I in a more amused mood at the moment, I might try throwing Snake Eater on top of this, but one, rather immersion breaking, and two, copyright would probably kill me on that one. So I think it best to not tempt fate. You know what I mean? Now, let's be careful. We'll go to the far pathway here. And okay, we made it. At least landing. Now to run across. Or crawl. I would accept either answer for this. Ay ay. Okay. There is a skelly right there. And he's going to be a nuisance. Although he was kind enough to leave us alone while we were making the crossing. So I'll give him credit for that, if nothing else. And now we have another much shorter ladder. And more trouble. We'll head up this way first. To manipulate that. We'll stand in this corner, so hopefully we don't get blasted. Okay. Now run back this way. And down in safety. Or not. Okay. Now, let's run, and run some more. No. Ooh, holy. I have 1 HP left after that. Blimey. Okay. Lucky me, they didn't decide to roll past that point. Sweeping fire. Quite effective on the skeletons, at least. Now, what's this way? If we have an elevator. We'll come back to that in a second. Here we have an omen. That was a little too far away to get the initial poke in. But it matters relatively little. The Crucible Feather Talisman. Well, let's have a gander at that, shall we? Well, let's see, where is it? Ah, there it is. Improves dodge rolling, but increases damage taken. The talisman fashioned from feathers that embody the aspects of various creatures. Said to have grown on the human body long ago. A vestige of the crucible of primordial life. Born partially of devolution, it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. Well, that is interesting. The fact that growing feathers was considered divine at one point. Interesting. I suppose that's in line with the horns of the omen. And here we have yet another of these. Now then, if I've done this correctly, there should now... Nope. No. Or is it? Ah. Ah, crap. Did I get it wrong? Looks like I did. Yeah, I made a mistake somewhere. And down we go again. I'm going to play it safe and go to the next beam over. Okay. Now we have to make it across again. Hopefully without falling to our deaths. Okay, made it. Okay, we have the chariot on our head again. Okay, let's see if we can make it. Nope. And are we gonna die? Nope, not quite. But it's a close call. And I'm running out of flasks, too. So let's try this again. Be wary of fire, indeed. Okay. Yep. Interesting. Is this actually the same pillar that I struck all the way down toward the bottom? And if it was... try death. Well done, you say. There we go. Okay, so I shouldn't have struck it the second time. And there are trouble. The tree sentinel armor. Ay ay. Well, that didn't quite go as I would have liked it to. Actually, should I even... I'll try to break this next boss fight. But I'm probably in for a hard time here with only one healing flask. Who would have thought stabbing a skeleton doesn't end all that well? Okay. Yeah, let's swap back to the moonlight. This fight's going to be difficult enough as it is. Yeah, 2 Crucible Knights. Oop, out of FP. Thought I was gonna be caught out there. Fortunately, not. Although you did just waste that shot of mine. No, not enough health to risk getting into melee with you. Gotcha. Now that same strategy is not gonna work as well on the shielded knight. Or at least I wouldn't have thought it would, but... Oop! Caught me out there. Ooh, it's actually going pretty good through the shield. Uh-oh, not enough. Come on, Tish. Look how close he is to dead, too. Whew. Okay. Huh. That actually went better than I thought it would. Ay ay. And now we have the Crucible Knight armor. And the Tree Sentinel. Oh, not a bad showing, I think. At least, it certainly could have gone a lot worse. Now, I'll meet you guys at the next hero's grave, so back in a minute. And we're back here in the Gelmir hero's grave. Yet another dungeon centering around these accursed chariots. And this time, they're doubling up with lava. A bit of Rykard's influence, I suppose. Now, we gotta be careful. Because as with everywhere else, we do still have to avoid the chariot and the skeletons. Okay, I lost my initiative there, so we'll wait for this to go by one more time. Okay, now. Let's see if we can make it. Okay. Where are you? There you go. He's gonna stop right in front of us, yeah. Now, there's another gap to hide in right here. And a skeleton to fling out at us. Yeah, too bad for you. And you landed in the lava, so you died. Okay, I'll try getting to the nook on the far side if I can. Should I? Yeah, I'll wait for him to go by again. Now. Let's hope I can get there. Ooh. Timing was just a little off. Let me get out a torch right quick. See. Actually, how does the candlestick? How does that go? Nope. Not providing much light. Okay. Yeah, trying to drop down onto those bars might be a bit difficult. Granted, it is a path. But let's go here first. The odds of me falling to my death, though that way, are a little higher than I should like. Okay, let's get stabbing. Yes, playing games with our rapiers. I have longer reach, though. And while the Godskin Stitcher is a little bit slower... Oh, someone with a greatsword died right here. Oh well. Grave Glovewort. Nope. Meant to get a backstab, instead I whiffed right over his head. A noble with a slender sword. Pity neither was kind enough to drop it for me. Then again, I want it for collector's purposes. But even if I got it, I probably wouldn't actually use it. Okay. Not a very good place to try and snipe that from. Well, it's a very short run, so I'll chance it. Ooh. And away with you, I say. Okay. That's one less obstacle. And it doesn't look like there's any reason to lift those up again. Bigger indeed. Let's get out of there. What do we have here? Clearly a trap again. Yep. I kind of figured that. Yeah. Ooh, and I wound up bouncing. Ow. Yeah. Bouncing off the wall with my thrust there. Although, that was a fair bit nicer than it might have been if I were using a swinging weapon instead. Okay, you're up. Oh, you're not going very far at all, are you? Okay. Let's get over here. Yeah, you can stand out there if you like. I don't recommend it. And it's about to kill you. You're real close. Now, remember... Yeah. I remembered that one of these bridges has a drop. Nope, no safety here. I'll check again on on the other side. No, going to have to tread very lightly here. Okay. Nope, we're going to have to cross the bridge. Can I make it? The answer is not really no, and I'm gonna die right here if I don't heal. Okay. Oh, it's you. One of you things. Oh! Oh, bloody hell. Die! Gah. Okay, that was vicious. Oh, I'm all covered in blood. Okay, now I have a bit of time to drop safely down here. Normally, I would risk trying to jump from the bridge while I'm crossing it. Didn't have to do that this time, thankfully. That said, we're still not in the clear yet. Let's make sure. Okay. We have a Bloodhound Knight. Oh, I was dancing with him for a second there. And there we go, the Bloodhound Knight armor. Not a personal favorite of mine, but nice to have anyway. And the Gilmere Knight armor. Well, let's see. Armor worn by knights once loyal to Praetor Rykard. It bears an emblem that none wear any longer, standing as it does for a lord that fell from lofty ambition into gluttonous depravity. As the lord lost his dignity, so too did these knights lose their master. Damn cool armor, though. Nice cloak as well. Again, it's just a pity. The depravity of Rykard ruined it for all of them. Bloodhound Knight armor. Metal armor with a jutting breastplate, worn by the Bloodhound Knights. The Bloodhound Knights are trained as hunters and known to be unshakable trackers. Without the use of language, each knight chooses his own master. Once the decision has been made, the knight stays loyal for life. Well, I presume the knight that I find here, the one I slew, served the dead man here. In one respect, I deeply pity this bloodhound. Being trapped here for eternity serving a dead master. But I suppose at least I brought his vigil to an end. I have slain him and so ended his service. Silver lining, I suppose. Okay. Now we're in for it. I have to drop down onto the moving chariot. So... got it. Okay. And I made it to safety. Now that is certainly one of the more intense little traps they put you through. And unlike the Ariza hero's grave, I can't actually turn off the chariots in this one. After all, if I did break it, I would also be out of the only way to get to this area. Is there a stake of Marika? Yes, there is, thankfully. So if this goes wrong for me, I will at least have a quick way to return. Now that we're facing bosses again, I'll bring the Dark Moon Blade out. It is my most powerful weapon, after all. Now, what are we dealing with? Oh, wrong one. Red Wolf of the Champion. It's one of Radigan's wolves again. Okay. I had a real bad time with one of you lot before. Back on the Moonlight Altar. Ow. But I didn't have the Dung Eater helping me for that fight. I dare say this one had way less health. And for our trouble, Bloodhound Knight Flo. Actually, let me see about him. Or is it a her? Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell. Used to summon the spirit of Flo, the Bloodhound Knight. Spirit of a Bloodhound Knight they call the Rabid Stray. Will attack without pause, immediately after being summoned. Flo vowed that there was only one lord he would serve, a true king. And so the Rabid Stray never found a master. Very sad for you, Flo. If only you'd have lived long enough, I could have been the one to aid you, given you the service that you wished for. Or to be more precise, given you the opportunity to serve a true king. But, well, you do have the opportunity to do so now in death, I suppose. Not exactly how you or I would have wished it, I dare say. But with that, let me see. Actually, before I call it quits for today, have I been to the Sainted Hero's grave yet? Let me just double check right quick. I do remember slaying the Black Knife assassin at the entrance to this dungeon. But whether or not I actually went in beyond grabbing the grace, at the moment I don't recall. Yeah, I do remember slaying you. And I believe getting the golden epitaph here. Let's see. Nope, I don't believe I actually came very far into this place. Oh, wait. No, I did. Never mind. Sorry for the mishap there. Let's see, where else can we go? Hold on. I believe there's a cave within the Academy of Rea Lucaria, and one that I have not yet entered. In fact, if I remember correctly, this path will lead us directly to Terra Magica, a powerful boosting sorcery. Specifically, a spell that boosts the power of other sorceries. Within a confined area, at any rate. So let's see. I forget exactly where it may be located. But now that I'm here, let's kill Smerag. Looks like I'm gonna want a different weapon for this. Yes, Blackfire actually does work pretty well. Ow. Pretty well, I was going to say. Even though my weapon is not +10, it's doing comparable damage. Okay, let's get Torrent out of here before he gets hurt. That's more like it. Oh, I just keep on whiffing. Okay, landed a hit. Surprisingly. Nope. Nope, didn't dodge. Okay. Let's get away from the fire. Dawn breaks. And we're still engaged with the dragon. Nope. He flew away from me again. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to kill you by striking your ankle. Not exactly the most grand way to end it. But, well, it's a giant dragon. What more do you want from me? Now, this was where we got the glintstone key. One of two. The one, initially, that allowed us to enter the academy. Yeah, with this dead sorcerer. Someone was going to meet with him. Trade for the key, perhaps? But perhaps Smirag got the bester of him, caught him, before he had his chance. And here's the cave. Needs a stone sword key, but it's well worth it. So let's see. Yes, Academy Crystal Cave. Now these enemies, if they are what I think they are going to be fairly resilient to my sorcery. Oh, never mind, it's just rats. Or at least so far, it's just rats. If I remember correctly, there's going to be a crystallian or two at the end of this little trip. And those are naturally going to be a bit more difficult. Though, as we found, the Moonlight Sword is actually pretty good at breaking their defenses. And these little wizards stand no chance at all against it. Although they are being sneaky. Hiding in the mist down here. Makes me wonder if this is a natural mist, or if they are, in fact, creating it. I certainly wouldn't put it past them. Academy Glintstone Staff. Technically, I have been a student of the Academy. Or, to be more precise, when I got back the key I used to get here. Excellent. I have been serving those who did once spend their days at the Academy. Now memory fails me somewhat. I know there's more to the path, but I forget exactly where to go. Looks like the answer is not through here. Perhaps a little more light will help. Let's see. A door. And yet more sorcerers. And a big sorcerer, too. Just like the one we found guarding Lusat and his domain. Or domain, his prison. Let's see. There's a trap in this room, if I remember rightly. Yep. You're not the... Really? Okay. They unbound my lock-on. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been so prolonged. Okay, now I have to work my way and figure out how to get up there where he was. So I'm relatively sure that I can actually get to that ledge. Well. Let's fill up and go in. Yep, dual crystallians. Too far. Yep, 2 good hits is all it'll take. I think it was almost overkill summoning Tish for this fight. Oh well. Now, tricksy little blighters. Put the return to entrance portal right there. But then we have this. An elevator leading elsewhere. And a very, very far elsewhere. And we're still going. And we're all the way up in the Academy of Rey Lucaria. And there we have it, Terra Magica. Yes, we can see the Erdtree from here, as most other places. Quite a ways off from here, though. Alright. I'm going to go back. I'm fairly certain that there is an item that I missed in the room with the the wizard on the ledge. I'm pretty sure there was a way to get up to the ledge he was standing on. And from there was an opportunity to get an item, I think. But I forget exactly how to reach it. So I'll look around a little bit longer before I call it quits for today, at least. Calm indeed. Let's see. Ah. So I did in fact miss it. And it was quite obvious too. Oh well. There's the staff. Yep, I knew I missed something. Another Crystallian weapon, it seems. Staff fashioned from pure crystal, a deed impossible for a human. Enhances Crystallian sorceries. The Crystallian's faint cogitation is known as the Wisdom of Stone. This staff can only be wielded by those of intellect high enough to grasp such wisdom, which evidently requires no less than 48 intelligence. My, but they don't ask much, do they? Not as bad as the Carian Regal Scepter requiring a full 60, but still. Oh well. With that, I think I will end today's episode. As always, thank you for watching. And if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good day.